Awesome. Well, hopefully you can hear me. I've heard that there are echoes, and so I'm going to try out this microphone, and hopefully that makes a difference. Let me know, thumbs up if you can hear me. Hi Connie, thanks for joining. Awesome. All right. Well, today and all days, I'm about the immune system, especially with what we're dealing with worldwide. And I've been doing everything to boost my immune system for at least 3 years now, even before my whole brain tumor journey, to be honest. And of course, after that, I'm like a whole nother level. And I am always curious to learn new ways of boosting the immune system. So today I thought I'd come on and share with you all what I personally do on a daily basis in order to boost my immune system. And it's been working because I don't even remember the last time I was sick. It was probably at least 4 years ago or something like that. I don't even know. So here we go. So the way I start out my day, I pretty much create what I call my little concoction, tonic, whatever you want to call it. And this right here, I use all organic ingredients. And what I do is actually I take about again, this isn't measurement wise, I don't know. The way I do it is half amount of ginger, half amount of turmeric. I believe I have a bit more turmeric in this one than ginger, and that's okay. And then however many cloves of garlic. And then I also use apple cider vinegar and cayenne pepper. And so I'll go through each of them and the health properties that they each have, because they're all really great for the immune system period, okay? So ginger, for instance, it helps, and I have my notes here, so if you see me looking away, that's what's happening. Ginger helps with the respiratory viruses. Like anytime you have any kind of cough or sniffles or anything like that, that's huge for that. And it actually also is great for headaches because it thins out the blood, and I know people with migraines, when they use ginger, it actually makes a difference for them. The other part, of course, now that everybody's learning about turmeric is amazing, and as being Persian and whatnot, we've been using it for years and years for meats and whatnot, and now thankfully it's been discovered that it's an anti-inflammatory, which is absolutely amazing, right? It is great and it helps clearing the respiratory infections, it boosts overall immunity, and like I said, it's an anti-inflammatory. So I feel like a lot of people need that just based on the foods we eat. Anti-inflammatory in any way is really great, so that's what's included in here. And garlic, of course, right? It's considered natural medicine, and it has really great antibacterial and antifungal properties, and it helps the body destroy and resist any viruses and other microorganisms by boosting the immune system, really. And so it also is claimed to fight infections. Some people will skip the garlic because it is a strong taste. I love garlic, so for me, I'm okay. And hey, if you're a vampire-like and can't handle garlic, well, you probably don't want to come near me in the mornings because that's what I smell like. So the other thing I always say too, if something doesn't taste good, and I don't know, people out there, I used to drink, I always say I don't drink anymore, but I've drank for 2 lifetimes, so I'm good. And for those out there that are like, oh, this doesn't taste good, I don't want to, I'm like, well, do you really like the taste of hard liquor? Because I remember I used to take shots and I would make that funny face that we all make when we take a shot that doesn't taste so good for the purpose of getting drunk, right? Well, then why not take something healthy for the purpose of getting healthy? So that's always what I coach my clients on, because that's something that comes up a lot of times. And then, of course, apple cider vinegar. So I put all of those in a food processor or blender, and I will put, I don't know, a cup or however much to make it look like this, really, of apple cider vinegar, because that in itself has a great amount of healing and healthy properties, as I'm stumbling here. And it thins out mucus, and it balances your pH levels in your body, which of course that's great too. I drink even alkaline water, to be honest, too, because that in itself is very great for the immune system. And then cayenne peppers, that's something that I used years ago. I stopped due to chemo because I wasn't supposed to have spicy stuff. But now recently I've added it back in, and it also thins out mucus, and it actually brings down your body's temperature. Yeah, even though it's spicy, you would think otherwise, but it's actually great. And for people that are wanting to lose weight, that's actually another part too. Like if you're wanting, this right here with the cayenne pepper actually will help you detox and help your body in losing any of the unwanted fat. Some of the other things that I'll do with, so what I do is actually I take a tablespoon of this, put it in warm water, not hot. Hot water will kill off nutrients. You don't want to do that. So I'll always add it to a little bit of cold water, and then I pour some hot water on top of that just to make it warm. That's how I do it. And then I'll add lemon. I'll add half of a lemon in there too, because lemon is great, obviously tasting, and it's got vitamin C, and I include the peel. The peel itself has a ton of high amounts of vitamin C, and it has calcium actually. So it's really great in improving your immune system and actually maintaining bone health. So that in itself is really great. You can also use orange peel. That's another one that I did for a while. I don't buy as much oranges. I have lemon all the time, so I just use lemon. And honey. So for those that are like, oh my gosh, this does not taste good, you can always add some raw organic honey or Manuka honey. I know that's become some really, like everybody's been hearing about that as well, because that's antiviral, antibacterial, and really honey in general is really great when you have sore throats. So that's something that, so that's this. That's how I start off every morning with. And then, like going through all the, this is my morning routine, okay? So, and then recently I've been using what these are considered, it's phototherapy. I don't know if you guys can see it, hopefully you can. And they're actually considered to be, they're patches, they're considered to be energy medicine. And just to give you a quick summary of what that looks like, it's little tiny nanocrystals, and I don't have one on me right now, otherwise I'd show you. And this one is empty. Anyhow, they're like little, they look like little band-aids, and they have what's nanocrystals that have different wavelengths. And so based on those wavelengths, they're gonna activate some peptide within our own body. So it's natural, your own body ends up producing it, and obviously I'm all about energy and light, and of course you tell me energy medicine and I'm all good. Oh, there's static sound. Okay, thank you, Bayon. Let me see if I can move it around somehow. Hold on. Is this better? Technical difficulties, hold on. All right, there we go. Okay, cool, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. All right. I'm doing Facebook and Instagram, so this is fun times. They need to connect the two. They are owned by the same people. Anyhow, so then, so back to this. So as I was saying, glutathione itself is great for boosting the immune system. I wear this 12 hours a day, and there's other ones as well. There's actually one that I love that's like stem cells. So it's like for stem cell activation within our own body. Again, all natural. This one in particular, glutathione, I actually ended up, after chemo, I ended up getting injections, like infusions of this. And I wish I knew about this then, because that's, I had to sit there for a couple hours while this was being put in my body through a serum. And yeah, this is much better actually. And just for detoxing and keeping that immune system boosted. So that's what I love about this. So that is something I put on in the mornings as well. And then, let's see. And then, I have all the products here. So as people know, I'm obsessed with Isogenics. I love Isogenics products. They're high quality. I trust them. They test it, third-party tested and everything. So this came out while I was actually going through chemo. So if you can see, like there's like a light glares. Anyhow, this is amazing. I was taking reishi mushroom supplements and a different one, and oh my god, Bayan, yes, let's talk for sure. And so what I love about this is it has 4 or 5 different mushrooms in this. Mushrooms apparently have really great immune system nutrients, and I absolutely love it because it's tasteless, and I put it in my shake every morning. And this is awesome. This is awesome for anybody that wants to boost their immune system. It's actually called Shake Booster, Immune Shake Booster. They have a heart one too, for those that are dealing with any kind of, again, none of this is supposed to cure or treat anything. This is really just to boost your immune system. When we have the right nutrition in our body does what it needs to do, and that's heal, and that's be healthy. Another one I love are the greens. So I love these, and this is the newer greens, and it's organic. It has spinach, kale, oh my gosh, like all the great things in it. Broccoli, coconut water. And what's great about this is that it actually replaces 2 servings of greens. And so I'm one that doesn't eat greens. Like, yes, I'll have salads here and there, but overall, surprisingly, I'm not a big person when it comes, like, I'm not a big salad person. I'm not a big green person. So this right here, I have every morning with my shake, and that in itself, I know I'm getting all the nutrients and antioxidants that my body needs. It's definitely a superfood. It says that even right there, superfood. So that's that. So I have those in my shake. I didn't bring a shake because I feel like I post a lot about that anyway. And then another thing that oh my gosh, no, I'm going to talk about that later. Stay tuned. My vitamins. So one of the things that it's at Isogenics, we get AM and PM ones. And what's great about these is that it has all the multivitamin, our omega-3s, and CoQ10, and all the things that we need. I'm not a nutritionist by any means, so I just know they're good for me, and I take them, and I feel great when I'm on them. Of course, there's vitamin C with it, and that's what this is, the C Light. So it's got vitamin C, and what I like about this, it also includes calcium and magnesium. And so that in itself is great to combine vitamin C with that so we can actually absorb it within our body. So that is what my mornings look like. Oh, and then of course zinc. So I've added, this is not Isogenics. They have a spray, but it's with everything that's been happening, it's been out of stock for God knows how long. So we decided to get these. That, and then of course, which a lot of people probably have heard of too. This was something I recently started using. I love the Gaia brand personally. I've used the Gaia brand for various things, but this right here, and that is the elderberry, and I think it's like a teaspoon or something like that. I don't even know. I'm sure they're all different, but this is really great, again, in the mornings, and it's organic. So I'm a big person, I'm big about organic. And then, yes, essential oils. Essential oils, what I love about them is it's like the way I really got it was when someone told me it takes, I believe, like 2,000 or 5,000 rosebuds just to create one rose bottle of this. So it's a lot, it's a concentrated amount. So all you need is a drop or two. This is not rose, by the way. Rose is probably I think it's the most expensive essential oil out there. I'm not one that knows too much about essential oils. I have used them. This particular one is an Isogenics one too. It's called Defense Shield. And you can take it orally, and what I love is that it has frankincense in it. Frankincense is another one that I love, and I used it a lot when I was healing, after my brain surgery, and I would actually put it right on my scar. So that actually really helped with that. It has eucalyptus, rosemary, clove, cinnamon, all these great essential oils combined into this little guy, and 1 or 2 drops either under my tongue or in my shake or in a diffuser. It's amazing for immune system. Let me see, what else? Oh yeah, so like I was saying, alkaline food. Alkaline food is really great, and that's just, you can look it up. It's anything that has a higher pH balance. I typically I no longer say I'm vegan, to be honest, because I go based on what my body craves. If I have a craving for a piece of meat, then I'm gonna have a piece of meat. But if I don't, then I'm not going to. I don't force any food on myself. For the most part, I don't have meat though, because one, I don't crave it, but the other reason is because it's acidic. And so what I like to do for the most part is eat things that are alkaline, which is more greens. Watermelon is one of the higher, I think it's like the highest alkalinity fruit. So I definitely love watermelon, especially this time of year. I actually sometimes make my shake with watermelon, which is really yummy. So that's really great to do. Like I said, I get alkaline water from a store right down the street, and it's like I get like a 10.0. So that's what I use. I did work my way up to that, just to share with you when I didn't do that and I went straight to 10.0, I got headaches, and it actually can irritate you. It can actually, you can't go to sleep, and you can't, like, to the point where I feel like I was agitated even. So you want to work your way up if you're using the alkaline, not because this one is not a mineral one. We have that as our regular water, but I have this other one that we get from, I want to say it's like the Vespa. I can't remember the name of the actual device they have. They've changed it out a couple of times. So that's what I get every few days, just like 2 gallons of that. So that's pretty much my daily water. Let's see, what else? Oh yes, my newest favorite thing. Okay, so recently I purchased this Healy, not only for myself, but also for my clients, because what's amazing about this is it sends frequency not only directly to me when I put it on, but it also sends it remotely. So I'm using this with my clients, and it actually is like a biofeedback type of device that really, and just to give you guys a little bit more info, because it's like, where is it? Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so there we go. So I'm going to read this. It's meant to support energetic balance and enhance recovery, vitality, and well-being. And it's a holistic wearable microcurrent frequency device that may support the relief of acute, chronic, and arthritis pain and muscle soreness due to overexertion or more. And what I love is that you can actually use it for, it's like it's really a non-medical device, but it's been cleared by the FDA. And it's just, oh my gosh, I'm like absolutely loving it. I've been using it daily, and it actually will do individualized frequencies to help balance your mind and body and relieve any stress. So I use this mainly to actually check clients' auras, because that's just what I love. It's like you can actually check someone's aura, you can send frequency to them, customized, individualized frequency, and it allows you to relieve any pain, anything that you may be dealing with when used regularly. And I am demoing this right now for people, so if you're interested, let me know, and I can definitely have some kind of a session with you to do that. What is great about it, that I actually just, because I got this not that long ago, it was just launched in May in United States. So as you can tell, I'm still learning about it, and what I found out that it has immune system functionality. So like you can see my ring light in the background. Oh yeah, so open-hearted healing. So it's called the Healy device. It sends frequency. Oh, maybe it's this way. It sends frequency. Can you see this? Hopefully you can see this. It sends frequency, and it's individualized frequency based on what your body is actually looking for. And so the reason I'm sharing this here is because it has yeah, you're so welcome. It has immune system. So these are the different programs you can run. So there's an immune system one, which is really awesome. There's another one that is, so this is like just overall all kinds of great things, whether it's emotional or energetic or pain, like all these different things. These are just what we can actually benefit from daily, right? Let me see. It's not as easy doing both of these. But this care one apparently is also to boost your immune system. So I've been using that, both of them, because that's just awesome. Again, anytime I see anything with boosting the immune system, I take it on. Why not? And then let's see. Oh, and then I talked about stress, right? So stress is one of the biggest things. One of the things that I actually personally stopped watching news, and I don't watch the news, and it's been a long time since I do, because I noticed when I did watch the news, it it would actually affect my body, and I would feel, because I feel energy, and so I actually would feel the energy, and the last thing I want to do is affect my body in that way, in a negative way. So I personally don't watch the news. One of the things I noticed is there's a lot of fear that is being sent people's way, unfortunately, through media, with everything going on. And the last thing you want to do is actually be fearful. And what fear does, and this is not just coming from me, by the way. I've seen multiple different videos and I've read a lot about this. Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Bruce Lipton, they always actually share about a really great example that I'm going to talk to you all about too. So they say, as mammals, we are meant to be in fear for short spurts of time. We're not meant to be in fear mode for long periods of time. And unfortunately, because of everyday life and what we're all dealing with, that tends to happen a lot more, right? So when, for example, you see a deer, right? There's a deer being chased by a tiger, a lion, or whatever, some predator. And this deer will all of a sudden get into straight stress mode, right? When we get into stress mode, everything in our body stops growing. Our cells stop growing, everything stops, the immune system stops, period. And then all of a sudden cortisol is released. And this cortisol is, and the fear and all of it is to get us into that fight or flight mode. So for a deer, all of a sudden what happens? They run, right? They're in that fear mode, they run, they're gone. Now, they either get caught and then become food, or they get away and then they go right back to grazing grass. That's it, they're done. There's no past programming or subconscious programming that has that past continuously come back and for us to relive that fear over and over and over again, because what happens is then you stay in fear mode. And when we're in fear mode, the immune system stops functioning and stress will continue to happen in the body, which releases that cortisol hormone, right? And that in itself is going to cause our immune system to become weaker no matter what you do. So one of the other things I take on personally too is this is out of all the products that I use, this is probably my absolute favorite one. I'm sure I've shared about this many, many times. It's called Ionic Supreme. And this is actually considered, it says nature's answer to daily stress. So if you actually can see it, I love this thing. It's full of adaptogens. It's got a ton of vitamin Bs. It's not as easy showing it on Facebook. Anyhow, any questions, obviously reach out to me. But it's got a bunch of adaptogens. Dr. Rachel Meyer and I have done a live on just this on our healthy living tips. So if you're interested in learning more, you're more than welcome to check out my IGTV. And there's YouTube video out there too. And there'll be videos on both of those regarding this. But this is so great. And for people that are stressing a lot, this will reduce their cortisol levels. And what I suggest for my clients a lot of times is, you know what, if you're stressing a lot, have it twice a day. You can even have it 3 times, I believe. So that's pretty much it. And again, so one of the things you want to do on a spiritual level, because this is all for the body, right? Mind and spirit. One, like I said, don't be in fear. Fear is your enemy. It really is. And fear is what a lot of times will attract, well, I wouldn't say attract, but fear is actually what causes the sickness. Because when you're fearful, your body's not working properly in order to fight off any disease. And so the key is to stay in a higher frequency, to have that mindset of I am healthy, and really just take that on fully, because not only are you impacting your mindset, but then that's going to shift your energy as well. Your spirit is going to be in a higher frequency. So take on activities where you can raise your frequency. That in itself is huge. Or like I said, talk to me about one of these guys. That in itself is amazing. And I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, if any of you are know of other immune boosting systems, I'm always open to learning more. I love learning about the immune system. I'm like really fascinated by it and how the body functions, how the brain functions. I watch Brain Games on Disney Plus now, and I believe it's just great. You know, the more we learn, sometimes the more we realize how little we know. And I feel like that's where I'm at, but I'm always open to learning more and sharing what I have learned so far. Some of these different products I have on my healthy recommendations page on my website. I will share that as well, and you can take a look at that and see if you're interested. You're either welcome to reach out to me or order right there. A lot of them are actually Amazon links. So, and if you do want to take your health and well-being to the next level and really see what you can discover about yourself and really have that true ideal healthy lifestyle, message me for a free discovery session. That's really one of the things that I love. I love it. It fulfills me to make a difference in people's lives, whether you're dealing with some health struggles already, like cancer, tumor, and all kinds of different struggles, really. And of course, I'm very passionate about that because of what I went through, but also for those that are wanting to prevent any health struggles. So for preventive health and people that are dealing with any kind of especially right now, relationships I can see are a little bit tough because it's not normal for everybody be at home all the time and not going to work. And so I can only imagine how that is for people that have kids even. Anuschka and I have been working from home for a few years now, both of us. So I feel like at this point we've figured it out. And I can only imagine if we had kids and it was all thrown at us all at once, of course you're going to have miscommunications, right? So I do work with people that are dealing and not only romantic relationships, by the way, because relationship is everything, right? We have relationships with all the people, and no two people will ever agree on one thing, ever. Like, it's not possible. I mean, if you do, share that with me, because my guess is you're probably suppressing stuff. But that to me is like a huge part of life. Healthy relationships, that's a part of a healthy lifestyle. So those are some of the areas I work with, and like I said, reach out and we can definitely have a discovery session and see if we're a good fit. And if you have any other questions, either ask me now or later. All right, looks like I'm not getting any other questions. Let me just make sure on Instagram. All right, well,